This and every episode of REKT Podcast is brought to you by Beaksy Exchange, an upcoming cryptocurrency exchange built in collaboration with One Market Data. Beaksy is bringing legacy finance speed, power, and sophistication to crypto for the first time. With 225,000 transactions per second per pair, comparable to NASDAQ, 15 order types on day one, with 25 order types on full rollout, and a dedicated customer support team, Beaksy is setting itself apart from the competition. Check out Beaksy today at Beaksy.com and pre-register today at Beaksy.com/registration to get your free Beaksy Exchange tokens. That's Beaksy.com, BEAXY.com.
I'm sure we said something funny. I don't know. Woozle Wazzle?
Hello and welcome to REKT Podcast. I am Bunchu alongside my esteemed colleague and co-host, Crypto Chamber. Chamber, how are you, buddy?
Doing pretty good today, my friend. You know, it's a beautiful sunshiny day here in southern Ontario, Canada. You know, it's good. How's the weather in Pennsylvania, or where the hell you are?
I am in the promised land. That would be Bethlehem,
the land of milk and honey.
Yes, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania is where I am currently. Yes, so I'm feeling rather holy, and the sun is shining here as well. The Lord has risen.
Yeah, are there just a bunch of pregnant chicks knocking on hotel room doors like, can we come in?
That's the weirdest part about staying in a hotel room in Bethlehem. It's like, I'm at the Hampton Inn, and I must have had that happen to me like 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, I don't have anything for you, but
bitch, it ain't Christmas.
I'm like, there's a manger out back, bitch, if you want. I mean, look, I saw a nice, comfortable-looking manger next to the dumpster out in the back parking lot. I did not think we were going there with the open, but that's where we are.
That's where creative juices flow.
That's it. Only on REKT Podcast can we take the Lord's name in vain 5 times in the first 2 minutes. Anyway, speaking of how we were just talking about your Easter text.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is as good a time as any.
Yeah, so my sister, I have twin sisters. One of them was visiting me.
I think one of them came up on my People You Might Know on Facebook today,
probably
actually.
One of them. If it starts with a J.
It does.
That's one of them. So she was visiting with her boyfriend, and had a nice visit. They were here doing some other stuff. But Sunday morning, we're all kind of chilling out, having breakfast, and my wife's phone goes off, my phone goes off, my sister's phone goes off. And it's like a group text from my dad, kind of wishing us a happy Easter and blah 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 blah. I'm like, so I text him back right away. I said, group text ? Like,
you got the group holiday text.
That's the worst. I'm like, come on, I thought it was your favorite. First of all, I should get an individual text. And my dad's pretty religious. I'm not very religious. And so I ended my text with, I'll pray for you. Immediately triggered. I receive a phone call within, I want to say 3 minutes.
No.
I just assumed he was at church praying for me, and he wasn't. But yeah, no, he easily gets triggered, and I find great joy in it, if I'm being 100% honest.
That's funny. So yeah, hold on. Somebody's at my door. No, the manger's out back. I'm sorry.
You got me on that one too. I'm like, oh shit.
And here we go. So let's start here with, we're a little late on this, but life comes at you fast. We are announcing our winners of REKT Madness. I gotta say, Chamber, this was so much fun to run. It was a lot of work, but it was totally worth it. It was so much fun. We got so much engagement from the community. I think everybody had a really awesome time with this. Troll or not troll, bot or not bot.
Yeah, I love the bot
everybody
factor.
Had a good time.
I'm a big fan.
I mean, that really it upped the ante a little bit there.
It was way better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be kind of fun. You know what I mean? And
in my head, when I had the idea, that's what I was picturing, and it worked out to a T. It was perfect. So next year, we're definitely going to do it again next year. So I've already talked to one of my buddies about helping me build like a website where we can automate it all.
And there's got to be something we can use.
Where people can make picks, we can keep track, all that kind of stuff. So I'm working on that already for next year. If you'll still be my friend next year, but
I mean, I have very few friends, so yes, I'm more than likely will still be a friend then.
So you're saying there's a chance. So then we're already working on that. But congratulations to the Raven community taking down Bitcoin in the finals in pretty impressive fashion, actually. Once we saw the droves and droves of Ravens come out of the woodwork to support the project, after that first round where they took down Ripple, I had no doubt that they were going to win. And then, Tezos got close because of the bot gate of 2019, but they came back. The debacle, yes. And they came back over the top, and we had Tron Black on, really supportive of what we were doing, which was pretty cool. And so Raven takes down the entire thing, which leaves us with our REKT Madness participant winners. So here we go. Number 3 in third place, coming in with 1,070 points. So 1070 was their score, was at ZKY_9. I always say Z-Sky. That is incorrect, but it looks like it. Then which actually I won his actual March Madness pool, by the way.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he had a little $10 pool going on, and I joined it, and I won it. So, in your face. So I'm better than you. 99 poo poo. Stick your head in doo doo. And then in second place with 1140 points is the only person to put in 2 brackets, Captain Capitulation, which I think is hilarious because his second bracket came in last by a country fucking mile. It was like he has 1140 points in his first bracket. His other bracket has 280 points. Which is so bad. I mean, he just picked every upset and he got them all wrong. And then that leaves our winner, Mr. Crypto Glass 1, a good friend of the podcast, supporter of us.
We gotta have him
Patreon.
on. I think that's
I think we do.
Yeah,
I think we do. And he should definitely guest host with us one day when we're doing these. By the way, we haven't done a solo show like this in forever. It's been like we've had at least 2 months of packed full of guests on every episode. So this is kind of cool to do a little housekeeping episode for everybody here. But Crypto Glass 1 got the last 3 rounds perfect, and he picked Raven to upset Bitcoin in the finals. Came in, I mean, he won this thing going away. 1140 was second place. He had 1,660 points, becoming our first ever REKT Madness champion. Congratulations, buddy. I actually already sent them their ETH winnings, and reached out to them. But that's it for REKT Madness until next year. I think, what's going to be cool next year is to check out the bracket next year versus what it looked like this year.
Right, like the top 64 or whatever?
Yeah. I think that's going to be very interesting.
Also, it'll be interesting to see what kind of, like, obviously Raven was, had the big community this year.
Yeah.
Big push. Like, who would it have been? Like, if you had to take a guess, we did one in 2018. Like, Verge, you know what I mean? Like, would have been...
It could have been, or Tron.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It'll be interesting to see, like, not that we're saying, Raven is synonymous with Verge and Tron.
Caliber. Right, of course. We're just talking about community effectiveness here. Then, a couple other ones that made really good pushes throughout this tournament was Holochain.
Yep.
That was a big one that I did not anticipate such big love for, so that was a good one. I actually had them losing pretty early, and that bit me in the butt. I was surprised at how little traction Binance Coin had. Considering all the hype and everything like that, and then they went down to Dogecoin, so they went down to Doge.
Doge is a community I wouldn't want to fuck with.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. They've got scary dogs.
Yeah,
cute. Scary.
But no, you're right though. I thought BNB would have been a bigger player. I think I had them going deep.
I did too. I had them in my final. I had Bitcoin versus BNB in the final.
I think I had Ripple versus BNB, maybe.
Your bracket was dead after the race.
Buddy, if Ripple would have got out of the first round, I would have won it. I would have won the whole...
Yeah, you might have, but Raven had other things to say about that. All right, so that does it for REKT Madness, putting a cap on a wonderful bracket for the 2019 season. We'll be back with it next year, but in the meantime, let's get to the news. So, Chamber, you've got a interesting news story here for us, I believe.
I do. I actually got, when you make a comment and it gets a lot of likes and retweets. I got one of these with this news article because I woke up, I think it was Saturday morning, and saw, having my morning constitution. I like to, peruse Twitter. I found this story. This is
you were on like the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly. But U.S. Bitcoin trader and girlfriend could face death penalty over Ty Seestead. And Seestead is a word that is very, very complicated to read. It only takes me about 7 tries. But this is from, as opposed to CCN, this is actually from CNN, the big boy. An American Bitcoin trader, right away, I'm intrigued, and his girlfriend could face the death penalty after they're accused of threatening Thailand's sovereignty by building and living in a sea home off the coast of Phuket. A lot of people think it's fuck it, but it's...
Wait, it's not?
I checked.
It's not Phuket?
No, it's poo, like shit.
Wait a second. No,
check it out.
Right.
I already did my homework. I'm a proper broadcaster.
Wow.
So in Thai, PH is always pronounced P, except for Pho, which is very confusing. But yes, this is what I found. Phuket. Anyways, his name obviously has to be Chad. Chad Elwertowski. Chad, we'll just call him Chad. And his partner, Nadia, have fled their home, built atop a platform around 12 miles off the coast of Phuket, and gone into hiding after authorities revoked their American visas. He had promoted seasteads on social media and has claimed his home did not fall under sovereignty of any country, which Thai authorities have said is untrue. He repeated the claim on Thursday, writing the home is outside of Thailand territorial waters. The couple could face life imprisonment or the death penalty, which I find very, very severe.
That's crazy.
Under the country's Immigration Act. They don't fuck around in Thailand, apparently. So they reached out on social media from hiding, saying Chad saying Nadia and him were safe, but their location was still under wraps. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff. I thought it was hilarious that his name was Chad and he was a Bitcoin trader.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it reminds me of there was a movie back in the day. I'm not sure I think they were in like Thailand or the Philippines, and it was like Joaquin Phoenix and Vince Vaughn. It was like a serious movie. It was really, really good. I think it was like Lost in Paradise or Returning to Paradise. Anyways, it was three buddies that were, had an extended holiday that they were taking in that neck of the woods, and two out of the three of them had left, and the last guy ended up getting arrested because they had left like a brick of hash that they had purchased. They were just chilling out, smoking hash, and the guy was going to get the death penalty, and then his sister had to go convince the other two for each of them to take 15 years in a Thai prison, and then that would reduce his sentence from the death penalty to 15 years. So imagine being at home after having a great time in Thailand and having to make the decision whether or not you would do 15 years in a Thai prison to save your buddy from the death penalty.
Wow. Would you?
No, 100% not. No, I'm sorry. Shit happens.
Wow, you wouldn't save me from if I was this guy stuck at sea. You
stop putting a face to it, okay? You're really
It's like naming your chickens.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
You can't kill them and eat them.
I say no.
I mean, wait. So would I do 15 years?
Right?
Too?
Yeah.
Are we both doing 15 years?
Yeah. So we both do 15 years, or you get the death penalty.
Oh, come on.
Right.
I mean, look, I would never ask you to do such a thing.
But your sister. Do you have a sister?
I don't.
Okay. Well, if you had a sister, she comes to me and she's trying to convince me. So she could care less about my life.
Wow.
But yeah, so I know it was a good movie. You should watch it. It was like a mid-90s movie. Very solid.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But that's what this reminds me of. This is insane. I didn't think that actually happened. But apparently it does. So I don't think, just reading the article, I don't think anything is going to happen if they're already out of the country, which we're not sure of. They're in hiding. I mean, I feel like it's easy to get out of Thailand.
Yeah,
I would
that's
think.
crazy.
There's water all over the place. What are your thoughts on this?
My first thought is like, I remember looking up a while back. I don't know why. I think I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine about like these sovereign nations that you can just kind of declare sovereignty from,
right.
United States or wherever, and
like Pretoria.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this guy's probably going to have a claim, but you're dealing with Thai government and not the U.S. government, so who knows if they're even going to give the dude a fair shake. I guess. So what's the deal here? Is it all because of taxes? Is that?
It doesn't really go into it. Like it's.
I feel like that's the only reason, right? Because he's probably saying, "Hey, look, I'm sovereign. I don't need to."
Well, it says it refers to their immigration laws, but
maybe because he's a U.S. trader.
Navy,
said,
pardon me.
Maybe because he's from the U.S.
Yeah. So Thailand's Navy has said the pair is threatening the country's sovereignty by claiming their own floating house and using social media to try to sell more houses in that same area. So I think it's just because they're encroaching on the border of Thailand as a sovereign nation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. In other words.
Oh, by the way, this is a direct quote from Colonel Cataporn. Cataporn. It's like a porn catapult, I think. So he says by claiming their own floating house and using social media, they also claim that their house is not under any country's sovereignty, which is not true, and this could cause other people to misunderstand, and it is threatening to our national security, said Colonel Cataporn.
Colonel Cataporn. Yeah, that's fantastic. In other news, what are they calling it? A C what?
Fudge. It's a seastead.
A seastead.
All one word. Very difficult to say.
Not to be confused with a she shed, which are also becoming increasingly popular. Do you know what a she shed is?
Is that like a reverse man cave?
Yeah, it is.
Look at that. Like, that's an apt description.
It's like a shed turned women cave.
But it's a shed outside?
Yeah.
What could possibly be in this thing?
Well, so
like a wine distillery?
When I eventually get my own place with my own house with a backyard, I'm going to, instead of the traditional like basement man cave, I'm going to buy a shed and convert it into like an outdoor bar. And
nice.
But so essentially that's what she shed is, I guess. But anyway, my seastead is coming along rather nicely. I'm gonna just put it in the middle of like Lake Michigan. Yeah. And you're like, hey, you guys can't get me. Whatever.
I'm my own nation.
All right, I've got a story here from CCN. One Bitcoin could exceed $1 million in 7 to 10 years, says PayPal director. So this was in an essay published on Kana and Katana last month. This was a research platform run by Ikigai Asset Management. The Zappo CEO Wences Casares, who is also a director at PayPal, said that Bitcoin could be worth more than $1 million in 7 to 10 years. He's quoted here saying, "In my subjective opinion, those chances of succeeding are at least 50%. If Bitcoin does succeed, Bitcoin may be worth more than $1 million in 7 to 10 years, which is 250 times what it's worth today at the time of the writing, which was $4,000. So he's already off to a good start."
I got to get into the triple-digit Bitcoin club.
Yeah, according to Casares, that basically he says, what we already know. He's predicting here that it would take the place of all currencies as a global currency, but he is predicting he says, he's quoted here, "If Bitcoin succeeds, it will most likely not replace any national currency. It may be a supranational
Toyota Supra national currency.
Yes, that exists on top of all national currencies. If Bitcoin succeeds, it may be a global non-political standard of value and settlement." So
boner alert.
But this is interesting as how he got his valuation, right? So he says that the $1 million Bitcoin price projection comes from his observation that the Bitcoin price can often be calculated by $7,000 multiplied by the number of Bitcoin holders, which is interesting. He said that if the number of BTC holders increases over the long run, which would suggest an increase in the adoption of the cryptocurrency, it may result in the rise of the value. He said, he's quoted here saying, "I've noticed over time that the price of Bitcoin fluctuates around $7,000 times how many people own Bitcoin." So if that constant remains, and if 3 billion people ever own Bitcoin, that would be worth 21 trillion, which would be the market cap. Mm-hmm. And that would make the price of one Bitcoin worth $1 million. So essentially, he's saying that the market cap is $7,000 times however many people hold Bitcoin. So,
realistically, he's doing it by 21 million. It's probably more like 17 million. You know what I mean? Like with actual available Bitcoin.
It could be even less.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's like 15. I've seen stuff that says like 15 million. Yeah, that's crazy. Think about how many have been lost and all that kind of great stuff. Yeah, so.
I've given some away.
I've given some away. Yeah, I've gambled some away.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what they do.
At least somebody owns it though.
That's not lost. Yeah. It's just not mine anymore. Last story here. Ripple, plagued by fake trades, how the crypto purge vindicates Bitcoin. So basically here, this is saying that deception runs rampant within the cryptocurrency trading industry. So we saw those reports come out about, how much true volume was on some of these exchanges.
Right.
And so if you basically, they're saying Ripple is one of the biggest coins that have been wash traded, I guess. So it says Ripple, which is the third largest cryptocurrency with a $13.7 billion market cap, allegedly boasts $1.2 billion in 24-hour trading volume at the time of this writing, according to CoinMarketCap. However, Open Market Cap, which only aggregates data from exchanges that don't allow wash trading and other shady practices, puts XRP turnover at just 81.7 million. So that's a shockingly illiquid figure that says basically 93% of their reported volume is fake.
Well, you look at that one and you look at Stellar on that same list. Those are the two that stick out the most. Stellar has, you look at everything else, Bitcoin just under $1 billion, Ethereum $250 million, Litecoin 100 million, and then you look at Stellar, it's only $10 million in 24-hour volume, and I think those two are related, right? Stellar and Ripple.
They're not related,
but
per se. They're
kissing cousins.
Similar types of tokens, yeah. So. It says here, apart from Ripple, here are some of the top other coins that were plagued by fake volume. Litecoin, 106 million in real volume versus 2.9 billion reported. EOS, 121 million real volume versus 2.9 billion reported. Bitcoin Cash, shocker, 146 million in real volume versus 1.6 billion reported. And the real winner from the fake volume purge is Bitcoin, whose share of overall crypto trading volume balloons to 48% from 29% after removing the suspicious data.
Goodness.
So, basically saying, hey, Bitcoin's the real winner here, and even if it is being some wash traded some places, it's actually got the most real trading volume, which shouldn't shock you, but it's pretty interesting. So
it'll be interesting to see what the
and reporting matters.
It'll be interesting to see what the top 10 is going to look like. We were talking about it earlier, but I mean, you look at like Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple. I think Ripple's gonna hurt real quick. I'm not a big anti-Ripple guy, but you look at projects the different banks are coming out with as far as their like intranet blockchain, essentially, where it's they're private blockchains. I think that's gonna hurt Ripple's market cap significantly. So I could see that one falling out of the top 10. Obviously, Bitcoin Cash is probably going to do so with all the bad press that it's got. So we'll see. I don't know. I could see a couple leaving the top 10.
Crazy. So we'll see.
And then Raven's going to make the top 10.
Hey, look, I'm a Raven guy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a Raven guy now.
I am. After REKT Madness, I am full on Rave. I'm a full on Ravist. You got
I got that.
No
it took me
just
a moment. It took me a step, but I got it.
No one's gonna get that, and when they do, they'll realize it's extremely appropriate
very good
joke.
It's very quick, very good.
Yes, but it is an always sunny play on words for those listening out there that don't quite get it. Last, before we move off the news, you wanted to talk about a specific tweet.
I wanted to talk to you. Actually, you bring up It's Always Sunny. We were talking before the show that I started rewatching Lost, and that's one of your favorite shows.
Pissed. Yes.
And obviously, It's Always Sunny is one of your favorite shows. I just finished watching the episode where Mac is in Lost. Okay, and I want to quiz you. I want to quiz you on what his character's name was in Lost.
Oh my God! Are you going to give me multiple choice?
I will give you the first letter of his first name.
Oh man, I'm never going to remember.
Okay, I'll give you multiple choice. 1 second.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm never gonna remember it just based on that. I've done like a full Lost rewatch, so I've seen it all through like twice, but there's no way.
All right,
because he's in like season. He's like in an early season, isn't he?
Season 3.
I was gonna say 2 or 3. Yeah.
So Mocho,
Okay.
Ricardo, Aldo, or Franco.
Oh my god, I feel like it's either Ricardo or what was the third one you said? Aldo?
Yeah,
I'm going with Aldo.
that is correct.
Yes! Yes! That's funny. Wow, Aldo.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? What happens to him? Does he die?
No, he's just kind of like the equivalent of like the stormtrooper. He's got a little scene.
Gotcha.
But just enough to know. You know what I mean?
I wonder what year that was. Was he doing Always Sunny at that time?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he was definitely. Because I think I remember. Oh, no, maybe he wasn't. Because I think that might have been 2006.
Yeah, I don't know. He probably was still.
He looks.
Always Sunny,
it looks Sunny. Because he looks like he's older.
And Sunny was on season 4 when I was a senior, so he probably is. Anyway, all right. Moving right along here, you want to talk about a tweet here that we saw today?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Before we move on.
So I was, again, having my morning break where I see...
You're very productive on these, by the way.
You know what? I do my best work. So I'm...
Wait, can the hashtag of this podcast be morning constitutional?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. So CoinDesk put out a tweet. It was retweeted, actually, by our buddy Dale over at the Crypto Street Pod. And it says, it's a CoinDesk tweet that says, join Crypto Street Pod, Bad Crypto, Speaking Crypto, Crypto 101, Evolvement Cast, and what Bitcoin did at Consensus 2019. Apply now while there's still room on our podcast stage. I feel, first of all, that seems like a pretty full stage.
It's a pretty full stage, yeah.
I mean, I like to talk. I barely like it when we have guests on because I don't get to talk enough.
I know you like these shows. I know you do. These are your favorite.
I know we like these ones. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think?
Well, so I have a couple of things here. I think it's kind of cool that they're going to have a podcast stage. I think the podcasts that you mentioned, for the most part, are
very solid,
good podcasts. Yep. Yeah, we are friends with many of them. We're friends with the Crypto Street guys. Bad Crypto we've had on the show. Obviously Peter McCormick for What Bitcoin Did. So great podcast on this podcast stage. But like, I don't know. Do you want to go?
No. You know what? Does it give us more cred if we don't go?
So no, I don't know.
Because we had Nick on Monday or on Tuesday show.
He said he wouldn't be caught dead at Consensus.
And I feel like guys like maybe like Crypto Cred and like the big guys.
Yeah, but those are like your
they don't go
guys. Yeah, but those are like your trader guys. You know what I mean?
I feel like
these conferences aren't built for traders. No. You know what I mean?
Plus, they're not there for
that. Like they don't give a shit about that stuff. So I clicked on the link here, and while you were
rambling,
while you were talking earlier, I wasn't paying attention. Shocker. And I clicked on this link, and so it says, submit your podcast. This year, our agenda will feature a podcast stage organized to provide a platform for leading voices in the space who are helping to advance the industry, educate the broader community, and demystifying all things crypto. Do you think we demystify? I think we do.
Yeah, I think we do. I think we demystify.
I think we demystify.
I definitely demystify the bathroom once I'm done with my morning constitutional.
Yeah, you're just going back to that well so many times. Only active, covering legitimate podcasts will be considered. If you qualify, please complete this form. We will be notifying hosts on a rolling basis. So what intrigued me about this was that last sentence. Only active, covering legitimate podcasts will be considered. That intrigued me. So I submitted us while we were talking. I submitted us while we were talking to see if we would actually make the cut of a legitimate act of covering crypto podcast. So
it's just nice to be nominated.
Right. So we just self-nominated ourselves. Yeah. So I submitted us. All I needed to give
what did you have to give?
My name, our email address, our podcast name, podcast Twitter handle, podcast URL. That's it. So they'll check that out, see if we're legit, which I think we would fall under this category.
I'm looking at some of these other ones. I don't know.
And I will tell you, I probably have no intention of actually going. In fact, I know
it's New York City, right?
Yeah, I know I can't go because of the dates. This is what I was going to say. This is what really chaps my ass about all these conferences, and I think I know why this is, but it still is annoying. They're all in the middle of the week. Like, they're on like Tuesdays through Thursdays.
Yeah, you have to take holidays.
Right, and like who?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Like, who's got time for that? I surely fucking don't.
Barely have time to sit down for an hour twice a week.
I know. It's so, that's why I have yet to go to a crypto conference, because they are not worth me.
And it's got to be expensive. Like, unless these guys are paying for hotels and, getting to New York.
I doubt that. No, I don't know. Maybe we could find out, I'm sure. But, like, these guys.
Do you know how much a hotel room is going to cost?
Their own way. They're probably getting free, access to the. They're probably getting free access to the conference, but they're still going to
they got to pay their flight and accommodations, right?
And yeah, I'm sure. And it's New York City. You can find a cheap hotel.
Can you? I don't know. I've been in years.
Well, there's just so many. You don't have to stay right at Consensus.
I won't. I was told only to stay at the Plaza. That's. This is
Kevin
Peter McAllister,
yeah,
the father.
Exactly, the father. There you go. I was right with you there. But so I totally just nominated us. So we'll see what happens here.
I'm excited. All right. I got to know if we make the cut. I think we do.
I'm not sure. So,
well, I'm just looking.
If we don't, are we just packing this thing in?
Yeah. So I'm looking at Speaking Crypto, which is on this list. And I'm like, this is the one I haven't heard of.
Oh, are we going to talk shit?
No,
about
I'm not talking shit. I'm just talking facts. A person I've never heard of it, but this is Shannon.
It sounded familiar.
Grinnell. So it's this nice lady that runs this podcast. I'm looking at just the Twitter feed alone. How many followers do you think she has?
Oh, I do know. I have seen this.
Yeah, like maybe. Yeah, she's under 2,000 followers. Not that we're crushing it, but I feel like we're maybe more well known than that one.
I've never heard of it.
Right? I don't know. I might be wrong.
I'm gonna go listen to it.
I might be mansplaining this.
You are. You totally are. Yeah, you are.
Is it okay? Is it good that I realized I was doing it?
It's better than man spreading it.
I'm evolvementing.
That's right. It's better than man spreading it.
That's right. Oh, it sure is.
You don't want to do that.
So yeah, that's interesting.
All right.
I'm glad we're gonna find out. We're gonna know one way or another if we're legit.
Yeah, because I was like, all right, this is all I have to submit. I'm gonna fucking do this right now. And I was like, I know he's going to be mad at me because we talked before the show about how we didn't want to do it.
We're legit, man.
Yeah. No, we are not legit.
We'll sell our souls to the devil if we have to.
Yes. Anyway, so that's going to do it for us for news. We are going to move into a segment that we haven't done in a long time. No FOMO.
FOMO warning.
So, Chamber, remind the people what this is.
So, again, we're REKT Podcast. We try to help other people not get wrecked. So one of the segments that Bunchu and I have thought up was, we see a lot of, especially during these little mini alt seasons, we see a lot of coins pump pretty hard, and people are buying the tops of these coins, and we want to try to prevent people from doing that and getting very wrecked. So we like to take a look at the the coin market cap and see who the biggest, which had the biggest rockets over the past 7 days. So I think we pulled up 4 of them, right?
Yeah. So interesting results here. So this is the 7-day growth percentage, right? So the number 1 here on this list is something called Atlantis Blue. It is currently ranked 2001 on CoinMarketCap. It has a circulating supply of about 400 million. I don't even know where the exchanges are on this. What exchanges can it be bought on? I don't even see it on
I'm not
here.
seeing. Atlantis are available on Lobster, Stellarport, Interstellar,
Lobster?
Tag Cash, and Commandox.
What the hell is Lobster?
I don't know. I'm going to sign up for that one. Seems like a legitimate company.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so then it says here, you have the website up?
Yeah, I got the website up here.
So the only thing it really says here on about the token is that it operates on the Stellar platform.
That is correct.
So
that is the highlight. That
created
seems to be from the website the hot point here. This is on the Stellar network, so it's going to be fast and cheap, I guess. I'm not sure. I think those.
So what is it? What is it?
So it took me a sec to figure it out. So it's Atlantis Blue.
Wait, did I actually say how much it was up?
No, how much was it?
It is up in the 7 days. It is up. Its current price is about 50 cents, 49 cents. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a lot, actually. It is currently up 5,212% over the last 7 days.
Nice.
You're doing the opposite of what this.
I'm signing up for those 5 exchanges that I was talking about. That's what I'm doing.
Chamber's gonna be just snagging gems on Lobster.
Yeah. Are they pearls? Can we call them pearls on Lobster?
Yeah, Lobster. Yeah, but I don't even think that
they're sea.
Really
it's sea adjacent.
That's close enough, I guess.
It's
sea adjacent. That's a good hashtag.
Sea adjacent. So what it is, it's digitizing the fair trade of Larimar or Larimer. I think it's Larimar. And I didn't know what this was. This is apparently a precious metal. Do you know what Larimar is? Larimar?
No clue. How is it spelled?
So Larimar. There's some other. So I'm just reading here about
Larimar is the embodiment of the tranquil sea and sky energies. It is soft, soothing blues, and calming turquoise.
Ooh.
Is streaked with white patterns that resemble sunlight dancing beneath Caribbean waters.
It is really nice. I'm looking at a picture of it now.
It brings ancient wisdom of Atlantis and the healing power of dolphins to harmonize the body and soul. What?
So, I mean, but on the blockchain.
No wonder it's on fucking Lobster Exchange. It's the
Wow.
embodiment of sea and sky.
That being said, this stuff is pretty nice. It is the embodiment of sea and sky, is how I would describe it.
What is this coin supposed to do?
It secures the fair trade of this product. So apparently it's very hard to find, I guess, globally.
There's a lot of I guess there's a
lot of blood Larimer out there.
Blood Larimer. That's the hashtag. Blood Larimer. Forget it. Morning Constitutional's gone. Sea Adjacent is gone. It's Blood Larimer. Larimar, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah.
There's some really nice Larimar jewelry out there.
Yeah, no, it is nice. That being said,
but what the fuck? What?
I mean, it's something. I mean, at least they have a website. We've done this before where the website, this is at least something. It's something.
Oh
I'm not saying it's a good
God.
thing, but it's something.
All right. Next. So the next one is the 1405th ranked cryptocurrency on CoinMarketCap. Has a current market cap of about $270,000, it says here. It is going for, the current price is far less than a cent. I don't even know how many decimals. 4 decimals, 4 zeros.
1/10,000th of a cent?
4 8. Yeah, I guess so. And the It has jumped 1,980% in the last 7 days, with a circulating supply of 5.5 billion tokens. This is Crypt Trust. So tell me about Crypt Trust.
So Crypt Trust...
it cannot be any better than embodying the embodiment of the sea and sky.
It is not. Crypt Trust is a decentralized trust-based social platform. You can buy this.
What the hell does that even mean?
I don't know. I've heard that so many fucking times.
What does that mean? Trust-based.
You got to trust
platform.
them with your personal information.
Okay, which is probably the opposite of what we're trying to accomplish here.
So Crypt Trust is a social media based on people trust of cryptocurrency. This thing is translated.
Wait,
horribly.
Is that how it reads?
Yeah.
Seriously?
So Crypt Trust is a social media based on people trust of cryptocurrency wallet.
Wow.
Social network is the most...
I love this segment. This segment is fantastic.
Social network is the most important basic measure of the internet. All right? It conveys the user's daily high-frequency interactive behavior. However, at present, all the centralized social networking platforms, such as Facebook, Snapchat, etc., are facing many pain points. So, I don't know, maybe in a different language that makes some sense. But...
dude, I don't know. I love this I love this segment. It's like, seriously, what the fuck? These things are real. I mean, we've got the embodiment of sea and sky, and we've got some, like, this website, these words don't even make sense.
Media based on people trust of cryptocurrency wallet.
Yo, Charlie Kelly wrote that website.
So do.
Oh my god. All right, number 3 on this list, coming in at 2032 on the CoinMarketCap rankings. It is, again, less than a cent here. It's 5/10,000ths of a cent. It is up 1,046% in the past 7 days, and that is a token called InfiniPay. IFP is the ticker here. So basically what this says, InfiniPay is a cryptocurrency made for financial transaction service. It has the masternode technology and will be invented to build up payment system and instant transactions. The purpose of InfiniPay is to help people be able to purchase goods at the same price through cryptocurrencies that have the same value and price in the world as InfiniPay extends to the world infinitely.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? Oh my god. All right, so feature 1, it says masternode and point of sale. Feature 2, super fast. Feature 3, payments system. Feature 4, secure. Feature 5, ATM and POS services. Feature 6, InfiniPay platform. It's runs on something called an X11 algorithm, has 1 minute block times and 1,000 masternode collateral. The total supply is 20 million, and there's a 100,000 pre-mine roadmap here. I don't even know. This is crazy. I don't know. Sounds terrible.
Atlantic Blues.
It's got master.
Atlantis Blue is looking better and better. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, no kidding. It's got masternode rewards here, so it's a masternode coin. But I can't believe people buy this stuff.
See, I think some of the issue though is these these platforms and whatnot are being made in other countries. So when they're, again, maybe they're writing, like the language is better in the native language. Do you know what I'm saying? And then they just copy it. They do a shitty job of making the English version of the website. Yeah. So maybe these are a little bit better than we're giving them credit for, but I'm being generous, I think.
I don't know, man. All right, and here's the last one that we're going to do in this segment, and the only reason I included this one is because it is in the top 1,000 ranking. So it's coming in at 727 on the rankings on CoinMarketCap. The ticker is FBN. It's got a market cap of 1.6 million, a circulating supply of 20 billion. And it is up 849% in the past week, and that is something called 5 balance. So this one seems the most legit, just based on ranking and metrics, before digging into it. And so what is 5 balance? 5 balance is the world's first digital asset for human resource development. Cryptocurrency is designed to give rewards for every individual who are struggling to fix their problems or trying to improve the quality of their 5 balances: fit, financial, family, flair, and faith. Oh my.
So what was the last
Faith. Users can get rewards from someone who appreciates them, from their companies, or for advertisers. Oh my God, what?
Can trust and faith go together?
I don't know. This is terrible.
Don't worry. Have faith in us. We'll be fine.
1,000. Oh my God. I can't. Forget it. I don't even want to talk about this. 5 balance business model. HR development ecosystem. Dude, I don't even know what the hell this stuff means. HR trainer ecosystem. Crypto community ecosystem. There's an app called 5 balances. And oh my God. I don't even know. They look like they have a decently legitimate team. I don't know. No, they don't. Never mind. I lied. I don't know. Oh. It's terrible.
You know what?
All these coins are fucking awful. Why? Oh my God. Stop buying crap, people.
I'm going on Lobster right now. I can't help myself.
No.
FOMO.
Stop buying crap. So, anyway, that's no FOMO. I like this segment because it reminds me that I am not insane for not buying all of these stupid, crazy coins. So that's that. We're going to go from no FOMO. Chamber, you said you have a real life REKT story for us.
Yeah, I do. And I was thinking about this when it happened. Because now, when things happen in my real life, I'm like, ooh, this is funny. I'm like, I can talk about this, maybe. So you're soon to be married. You're going to understand this. If you've been in a long-term relationship of any kind, you know how good it feels to be right in an argument. You know what I'm saying? Being right, man, it's very few things better than that. I would take being right 6 times a year over having sex for the entire year.
Wow.
Yeah, like 6 times.
Wow.
Have you been right 6 times this year? No.
I mean,
I haven't.
I particularly am always right.
No, I know we think we're right, but actually proof positive. You know what I mean? When a third party determines you are the one that's correct.
Well, there's a lot of times where I am right and I know I am right, but I have to concede that they are right.
Yeah, that's
that's even worse.
Right
is knowing you are right and just kind of giving up on it.
So I'll tell you the story about how I had to tell my wife I was right, or that she was right, I should say. See, I can't even say it.
She was right.
She was right. I was wrong in this instance. It was my youngest daughter's first birthday, and
happy birthday.
Yeah, well, she says thank you. So we were, my folks are they're divorced. They've been divorced for, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 years, something like that. And we keep them, I keep them separated. I like to keep everything nice and separate. So one of the two of my family or of my parents can come with my wife's family, right? If we're doing any sort of big thing. So it's always 2 out of the 3.
Got it.
I've had this conversation with my dad, half a dozen times where he's been to functions with my mom, and it's not it's not the best. Like, you can't be as relaxed, or there's always a little bit of uncomfortability. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we've kind of agreed to this, and anyways, so it was time for my daughter's birthday, and we're not huge on the birthdays, but the first one's always, we try to bring everybody in. So we're setting up a party, and my mom's coming, obviously my wife's parents, and then my dad was leaving for a holiday, I think the weekend after. So you don't want to do 2 trips before you have to leave. So I was like, okay, mom's coming, my wife's folks are coming, and that'll be the 2 that are coming. For full transparency, my dad was at my first daughter's first birthday when my mom wasn't. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So my wife's telling me...
So there's precedent.
There is precedent, absolutely. So I would say the couple of weeks leading up to it, she's like, have you told your dad that, we're having this party and he's not coming? I'm like, no, we have an understanding. Like, it's fine. He knows if he hasn't been invited, there's a reason.
Oh, no.
All right. You can see where this is going.
Yes, let's get there.
So we're the day before, okay? And I've been told at least a half a dozen times, you should probably bring this up to your dad. So we like to FaceTime, or you know what I mean?
Dong.
So I'm at my desk working as I'm one to do, and he FaceTimes me. And this is later in the day, so I'm just finishing up my work. I had just eaten a cookie, one of my special cookies.
Oh boy.
And I'm telling you, it was as soon as that phone rang, it kicked right in. So I'm feeling a little goofy. And he's telling me about this rough day he had, and blah, 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 blah. And then he kind of starts going off about how, he wasn't coming to the party. And my dad's an emotional guy. All right. Mm-hmm. So he can well up with the best of them. I did not inherit that from him. I've been, accused of being a robot emotionally, and that may be because my dad is a little too quick to cry. So I geared towards the other end of the spectrum. So he's kind of tearing up, which is, whatever. I get it. He's an emotional fella. But what he does is he accidentally puts his thumb over the camera, not exactly over it. It's kind of like hovering over in front of his face, so he looks exactly like. Shout out to Crypto Fungus, that meme, and he's just this like a sobbing thumb in my. And I'm trying not to laugh, so this cookie's kicking in. I am just about to lose my marbles, about to laugh, and
you're laughing at your crying father.
And so I'm trying to hold it in, which feels like hours, but it's probably just a couple of seconds. And then he says, "Is that your thumb or my thumb?" And as soon as he said that, I started laughing. I'm like, "It's your thumb." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I'll call you back later." So I'm like, I hang up the phone with him, and I'm dying. I'm like, just almost peeing my pants. I'm laughing so hard.
Oh.
So I go upstairs and see my wife, and she's like, "Why were you laughing so hard up there?" I'm like, "Because you were right, and I was wrong." And I told her the story, and she was very happy that she was right, and gave me the "I told you so" face, which is terrific. But yeah, so that was my real life REKT. I thought you would enjoy that one.
Did the party go off without a hitch?
I get super bad anxiety for these types of things. Technically, I think it went perfectly, but in my mind, it was a wreck the whole time.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like it when there's lots of people around, so I'm always trying to clean up and make sure everybody's happy. And I don't like when people help. Like, I hate it because you're not helping. You're going to do a 60% job, and I'm going to do 120%.
So you don't like it. It's not that you don't like the help. It's that you don't think they're helping correctly.
Correct, yes. So just stop doing anything. I promise when I come in to visit you, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to sit and drink. All right. But when you come into my place, you sit and enjoy yourself, and I will take care of everything.
Hey, that sounds like a great time, actually.
Right? I think that's a fair deal. If anything, I'm fair. But
stern, but fair.
Yeah. So that was my real life REKT story. I thought that was pretty funny.
Headline: Chamber laughs at crying dad. More at 11.
It was the worst. I was just on the prep. You know when you're just about to laugh and then something just sets you off. You know, it's it's church cry or church laughter. You know what I mean? Like when you're not, it's laughing when you're not supposed to laugh is one of the best laughs.
Under your breath.
I got wrecked. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
But
hi, Mr. Chamber.
Yeah, he got roasted twice. He got roasted at the top and at the bottom of the show.
This is a rough.
Sorry, Dad. Well, you don't listen. The other thing, he calls me the other day. He's like, "Oh, I was talking to your stepbrother." And he was really, he was saying that how impressed he was with your podcast. And he's like, "Oh, I forgot you were doing the podcast."
I feel like he forgets every week.
Yeah.
This is like the third time you've told us.
He made a comment to me. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you must be doing." I'm like, "Yeah, Dad, I'm doing all right." I said, "Mom already bought a T-shirt."
Yeah, your dad's going to buy a Bunchu T-shirt.
Yeah, he 100%. That's exactly what he would do.
He would definitely not buy yours.
No, absolutely not.
You insensitive prick.
Withholding son of a bitch.
Oh my god! All right, let's wrap it up here with the REKT index.
Brutal, savage, REKT.
So, what do we got on the index today? I think it's gone down a little bit. We were having a little mini alt season there a couple of weeks ago, but then Bitcoin started going on a rip. But I have good news. We are in the green on the USD value for the first time in a long time.
Whoa.
So overall, we're up 2.5% USD. We are up 33% on BTC. So green on both sides.
Green across the board? Yeah. Look at us. We are fund managers.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I could give financial advice.
I think so. We'll stick to hashtag financial advice. However, we are now qualified.
Yeah. So, I think it's the same ones we talk about all the time. Quant, Binance Coin, obviously, trucking along. Basic Attention Token, Raven Coin, and Tomo Chain. Those are kind of the ones that have brought us above sea level.
I'm in a group chat with a bunch of my asshole friends, and
I just call them friends.
Yeah, right. There, it's the one and the same. And the one guy we'll end on this because that's the way this podcast is going today. He sends a link, a news story from NBC News. And the headline is very tragic and extremely somber. And it says, "Woman killed after falling into meat grinder at food processing plant," which is a terrible headline. And it's terrible. And
but did your tummy grumble a little bit when you read it? Like mine did.
Well, my one friend replied, "This is a story that really keeps you grounded." And then the other one said, "That's a real rough way to meet, MEAT, nice. Your end." And then the last one said, "I feel like there are better ways to settle a beef."
Well, I'm going to end that with the fact that we're, no joke, having Sloppy Joes tonight for dinner. First time in a long time. And they're going to be called tonight they're going to be called Sloppy Jones.
Oh, no.
So to add to the list of great quotes,
Jesus
Sloppy
Christ.
Jones, Sloppy.
Wow, this is
Sloppy
a really.
Jones.
You can tell that we haven't done one of these episodes in a while. We've just totally let loose on this one. This is a fucking terrible episode of REKT podcast. Do not listen
Triple
with
wrecked.
Your children around. Yeah, it's REKT all the way around. But that's gonna do it for us. I had a lot of fun.
Made my day.
I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Let us know what you think. Join us in our Telegram group at t.me/rekt_podcast. Follow us on Twitter at rekt_podcast. Leave us some iTunes reviews, please, if you will. We're short on them compared to other podcasts, and it really helps us, move up the rankings.
And if you made it to the end of this show, that means you're a real fan. And if you haven't given us a 5-star review, look yourself in the mirror right now. Okay? Stop what you're doing. Look in the mirror and then give us a 5-star review.
Put on your best Larimar necklace. Get the embodiment of the tranquil sea and sky energies. Take your soft, soothing blues and calming turquoises streaked with white patterns that resemble sunlight dancing beneath the Caribbean waters. Embody your ancient wisdom of Atlantis and the healing power of dolphins.
That should be your comments in the 5-star review. It's just
please.
descriptions of that.
That's how we'll know if you've made it this far. Just please Google Larimar and then just copy and paste that into your 5-star review. Anyway, that's going to do it. By the way, people really enjoyed the last hashtag that we had with Nick, which was Big Dick Fiat Rollers. And
the classic one.
We got some good comments on that. Anyway, that's going to do it for us for Crypto Chamber. I am Bunchu. And until next time, don't get wrecked, and that is financial advice.